So yes, I really want to dissect this very important piece of our business because I feel this is our true product. Our product is not life insurance and investments. Life insurance and investments is a byproduct of our true service, our true solution, which is our financial needs analysis. So we're really going to dissect two areas of our financial needs analysis and get you to understand where, when, and where it's going to be needed in your business. The first one is the mobile FNA, and the next one is the full service FNA. This full service FNA is not one you're going to be using often unless you were truly in a good market. If you're sitting with somebody where they bring in what real middle income household, what the government lists as a real middle income, which is when a household income is at about 200,000. That's what today's day and age, based on inflation, that's where a true middle income family should lie, at 200,000 in household income. So that's when you do a full-blown FNA. But we're going to start off with the mobile FNA so we can have an understanding, because what separates us from any other company is the financial needs analysis. Now, other institutions do that, but they don't do it for the average Joe. They don't do it for middle income families. They do it for the wealthy because they charge them $500 to $1,000. So we're really going to get you to understand how to implement that in your business, because that, honestly, a lot of times people say, Brandon, well, how do I know how much insurance somebody needs? Do the FNA. How do I know how much somebody needs to save? Do the FNA. So we're really going to start boiling it down and getting this knocked out. So first and foremost, just to kind of recap on what we accomplished last week. Last week, we were able to really dissect life insurance in the industry, as far as all the different products out there that we got to compete with. Because in sales, it's all about knowing your competition better than you know your own. So if you know how to break down whole life, if you know return of premium term, if you know variable and all these different types of financial products, and you know how to overcome those, it's a lot easier to get people to see the value you provide and the difference in Primerica. Now, for those that missed last week's training, the best way to get a recap on it is go to training and development on POL, go to life insurance, and under the life insurance tab, we have Ian Pruckner talking about why Primerica Life at the KT. You see, for me, my field trainers, up-and-coming field trainers, they're required to watch all this stuff, because to be an efficient field trainer, you got to know how to break down the competition. If you don't know how to break down a whole life, if you don't know how to break down a term, if you don't know how to break down group insurance, then it's going to be very hard to effectively develop somebody. So make sure you go to this Why Primerica Life at the KT. And Ian Pruckner, multi-million-dollar earner in Primerica, great trainer and teacher, he talks about why Primerica Life at the KT is the best. He talks about how to overcome people that say, I don't have no coverage. People that have group insurance, he talks about how to overcome that. Cash value insurance, how to combat other term life insurance, because of course, our term may not be the cheapest, but it definitely is superior to the others out there. Partially because it comes with a free financial needs analysis. He talks about the close and even talks about overcoming objections. So I challenge everybody, if you haven't watched these, and even if you have watched these, you should watch it over and over and over again until you become efficient. You see, mastering these simple things right here, you'll be making $100,000 a year in Primerica. You see, in our business, it's not that there's a lack of insurance to be sold, or even a lack of people. There's just the lack of skills in us to go out there and educate people and provide them the solutions. If you're in the DFW area, there's like 6-7 million people here. There's not a lack of people. And we already hear the statistics. We're only in 2% of the population. So that means out of, let's say, 6 million people, we've only reached 2%. That's only 120,000 people we've reached. So there's a lot more people, a lot more room for you to be able to go out there and serve people, but it's going to be required for you to have the skills. The reason why people fail, and not just Primerica, but in business, is because they're poorly organized and they lack the skill. So make sure you guys go on here, so you guys can get great at that. And then also last week, we went through a life app. So we had Coach Reed go through an actual life app so you could see how to answer certain questions, you know, how to react to certain medical questions being selected, the whole banking thing when it comes to people having prepaid cards, everything. So if you missed it, you missed it. But now we're going to pick up and talk about the financial needs analysis. So we're going to go on and get things started. Before I do so, just to talk about what's going on in March, all the incentives that's available. So of course, for those that do 3 by 2,500 personal, that's 3 direct recruits and 2,500 in personal premium this month for March and next month in April, Primerica is going to send you a full-size iPad. Full-size iPad. So make sure you guys get that done. 3 direct recruits, 2,500 in personal premium this month and next month. Now, just so you guys know, all the incentives for brand new recruits, when they log into the Primerica app within 24 hours, they get a $50 bonus. When they complete licensing in 30 days, they get a $100 bonus. And then when they do their 1 recruit and 1,000 in field training premium, they're going to get $300 in bonus money. So that's $450 just to start their career in Primerica before they even get to write their first sale. And then every player on the field, you qualify at your level in March. And you can see it on this page right here. Understand where your title is, compete at that level, and make sure you hit that. Now, this is team production. Now, of course, if you're a rep and a senior rep, it needs to be personal, because even though most of these are team production, you still have to do 1 by 1,000 personal. But when you do that, you're going to get 75,000 points for the Marco Island trip. Started in February, so it's still at the beginning of that trip. And it's going to end, I believe it ends in November. But feel free to correct me. I'm not sure, but I know we're going in February. But make sure you guys fight hard. Say it again.
It does end in November.
Okay.
The
awesome.
period to qualify.
Awesome. So it ends in November. So plenty of time to rack up points. So you and your spouse, you and your loved ones can be in Marco Island, all on Primerica's dime. Qualify at your level. Now, if you play up, so if you're a district, but you play at a division level, you're going to get an extra 75,000 points. See, the key to winning these trips is just maxing out your incentive points. You max out your incentive points, you'll win the trip. Simple as that. Now, regional vice presidents, grow your RVP base shop premium or RVP base shop investment production from March 2020, or beat it. So this March, if you beat the production you did last March, you're going to get a $1 billion team banner that you see right here. So you get a chance to win this banner. Now, all the teammates that are a part of that, they get their 1 life app in, or they do their 1 investment transaction, they're going to get a commemorative banner. So it's not going to be the large banner, but it's going to be a commemorative side banner for you guys to have for your own, for you being a part of that, for you getting your 1 training sell in, or you doing an investment transaction. So make sure you guys go after that as well. And of course, RVPs, there's some bonus money on the line for licensing as well as growing your premium over last March. So that's all the stuff we got going on. So make sure you guys fight hard for that. Also, we have some amazing base shop recognition. So make sure you get with your RVP so you know all the different base shop recognitions that's out there. I know for me, if you write 10,000 personal, I'm flying you out to Margaritaville. If you do 10 by 10,000, you get a nice Fame Letterman jacket. It's going to be amazing. And then, the basic stuff, you do 3 by 3,000 dinner club, where we take you out to I call it the Brandon Reed fine dining experience. So for those that follow me on social media, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And there's nothing like a fine dining experience with me, because I am the #1 foodie in Dallas, Fort Worth. So that's what we got going on for all the incentives. And there's a lot more from bonus money. So make sure you go after all the things, find out what there is, because some of you guys might be right there. Some of you guys might just be a recruit short or a sell short. So go after all those things available, y'all. So, all right. So let's dive into the financial needs analysis. Now, the financial needs analysis is a crucial part of your business. It is the educational piece. It makes it to where we're not in the sales business. It creates the interest based on their goals and desires of wanting to be financially independent. So where we go to, you go to the Primerica app. You can either do it from your phone, or if you're on a computer and you log into Primerica online, you click on the Primerica app right here at the top. And when you click on that, it takes you to the app version on your desktop. Very simple to do. Everybody should be able to do a financial needs analysis. It's very, very simple. So you click on mobile FNA, the mobile financial needs analysis. Now, For my veterans on the call, what are the 2 important numbers, and give me the acronyms and what the acronyms mean, that the financial needs analysis provides for you?
Your financial independence number is one of them.
I need both, not one. You made a 50.
And income protection number.
There you go. So I said acronyms first, but you did the full blown. So FIN number and IPN. But that's cool though, because some people on here like, what the heck is a FIN number? So now you know. Financial independence number, income protection number. Financial independence number, what is that for?
The amount you need to retire at your goal. The amount of money you need to invest to retire at your goal.
So it's the amount of money that you're going to need to be able to stay retired. So you don't have to worry about running out of money during retirement. That's what your financial independence number is. And then what's the income protection number?
The amount of insurance you would need to leave your family at the lifestyle that they have or better.
Awesome. Or you can just say that the amount of life insurance you need to be considered properly protected, but that works too. So very quick way, very simple. Let's get into it. So we're going to do that. So remember, the mobile FNA is quick and simple. It's typically for somebody that, may not have a huge issue with debt, because of course, this does not include debt stacking. Somebody that may not be able to set aside money for college savings, because this does not include college savings, or any of the other things, the whole budgeting page. It's not going to be full blown. Like I said, it's going to be very rare that you're going to use the full blown unless you're in the right market. I sit down with individuals that are business owners, individuals that are making a couple $100,000 a year, individuals that have investment money sitting around and they need to know what to do with it. But if we're sitting down with somebody that may not have those necessary assets or responsibilities, we just need to do the mobile FNA. So that way it's quick and simple, and we can get those 2 very important numbers, the income protection number and the financial independence number. So let's go on and get it started. So I'm gonna use my sample family, Bob and Susan. All right, so if you get this down, it'll be so easy to create business, because this is designed to create the interest, because all we do is ask questions, find out what people want. You see, that's why we always say we are in the educational business, not the sales business. And this is our tool. This is the tool that you must get great at doing. Now, real quick, before I go into it, let's just say somebody does come to you and say, hey, you know what? I don't got money set aside for investments. I just want life insurance. So therefore, you're just going to want to find out their income protection number. Well, in that case, all you have to do is go to insurance needs. Insurance needs will do the insurance protection portion of this financial needs analysis. And then if somebody just says, I need to figure out how much I need to put away for retirement, I want to find my financial independence number. In that case, you'll go to the saving for retirement tab. So that kind of breaks up the mobile FNA, the insurance needs and the saving for retirement. So make sure you guys understand that, because you may have some people, when you get on a call with them and they tell you, well, you know what, Brandon, we don't need the investments. We're not ready yet. We do want to get life insurance though. But you still want to do an analysis. You still want to find out how much coverage they need. So let's go through it. So we got Bob and Susan. We're going to make them a little bit older. All right. So, and I would tell you this, always put information in here, phone numbers, emails. The reason why is because this allowed you to create a funnel, a prospecting funnel. For those that have the Rep Marketing Center and they use it, this is ways to fill people up into the Rep Marketing Center so that way they can get automated emails. I use a system called Sales Team Pro, where I'm able to send, I'm able to send out campaigns and broadcasts to my clients. Over 700 people, I could send one email saying, hey, I'm giving out money for referrals. Who do you know? And I got people emailing me back, some people. That's why I literally don't have to go out in the cold. I don't have to do stuff. I have, premium that just falls in my lap because I built a funnel. And this allows you to slowly build your funnel. So that way you can come from having a business that's outgoing to incoming, if that makes sense. There's outgoing sales and incoming sales. I think those are the terms you're supposed to use, or in something. Inside sales, outside sales. We'll just say that. So a lot of us right now, we have an outside sales-based business. We got to go outside to create the business. When it's inside, people are calling you. Hey, I need some insurance. I got your number from this person. So the thing is, we can turn it to that type of business, but you have to build up a funnel. So make sure you guys always fill that information out. Now, in life, there's two major risks. And this is something you want to go over with the client. So since I see DeAndre and Tanisha, I'll talk to y'all too. So, DeAndre and Tanisha, I'm gonna act like this is an actual scenario. So DeAndre and Tanisha, in life, there are two major risks: dying too soon and living too long. And you might be asking, well, how is living too long a risk? Well, imagine living too long and running out of money. Would you agree that'll be a big problem?
Yes.
Yes.
Right. So my goal is to protect you and your family in the event of either situation. So we're going to do this financial needs analysis so it can help provide you solutions to both of these risks. Cool?
Okay.
Guess what, y'all? All I did was read on this page. America makes this so simple. It's all right here. I didn't have to, kind of come up with a script. It's right here. So we're going to click next. Now, before this, I may have asked them, what's some of the things that are important to them. And I go down a line. So I may ask them, from the list of these things, what are some of these things that are very important to you at this moment? Making sure your family's properly protected, making sure you're saving for the future, making sure you have a game plan to get out of debt faster. Out of those three things, what would you say are some of the things that are important for you at this moment?
Get out of debt.
Get out of debt. So debt is a concern?
Yes.
I got you. Is it just basic? I mean, is it, you feel like it's overwhelming and you're on the verge of maybe having to do bankruptcy, or is it controllable?
It's overwhelming. It's about to go to bankruptcy.
Okay, gotcha. So just want you guys to know, we're not going to do it now, but this is where I'll find out what kind of debts he has, and I'm going to take things over to debt stacking. You see, the thing, a lot of you guys are one-trick ponies. That's why you got a lot of people saying as soon as they find a cheaper insurance through Globe Life that came in the mail, they dropping you because you're a one-trick pony. See, if I'm able to go in there and give DeAndre prepaid legal, so he has a will in place to protect his assets. I give DeAndre debt stacking. These other companies aren't doing this. So now they're seeing it as a bundled product. So now when State Farm comes to the door and says, well, you know what? We can give you something cheaper. Okay, great. But can you guys give me a will? Can you guys give me a strategy to get out of debt? Can you guys help me save? No. We just do life insurance. Oh, no, I'm good. I like being with a financial coach versus just an insurance agent. Wouldn't y'all rather go to, and I'll use two scenarios, but for convenience purposes, wouldn't y'all rather go to Walmart versus, I don't know, Dollar General?
Yes.
Because there's more options available, right? Dollar General may be cheaper, but there's more options available at Walmart. I can get my nails done. I can go eat at McDonald's. I can go and get my car fixed up. I can go to the pharmacy. Dollar General ain't got no pharmacy. If they did, I probably wouldn't want to go. So the thing is, it's all about convenience. So you have to make sure you are not a trick pony in your business. You got to make sure that you can provide ultimate value. So I just wanted to bring you guys that topic so you know how to handle that. And we'll show you exactly how to do the debt stacking portion because it is important. I feel you guys should do it for yourself as well once we finish this up. Now, let's talk about, the first thing we're going to look at, Tanisha and DeAndre, we're going to put you on a roadmap to retirement. The best way to reach your destination for retirement is to make a plan and follow it. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Now, do you currently have a retirement game plan?
No. Well, at the job.
Okay, what is their game plan for you?
I have a 401k in place that I contribute to, and they match me.
Okay, but what's the game plan? That's what you're doing. But what's the game plan? Did they give you your financial independence number? Do you know?
No.
So they didn't do that?
No.
Okay, gotcha. So that's what I mean by a game plan. You see what I did? I addressed an objection that can come up later on. Well, I already have a 401k. Well, the 401k doesn't provide you a game plan. It's a vehicle, but what's getting in the car and driving to Idaho if you ain't got no map? See, DeAndre, what I'm gonna provide you is the map. I'm gonna give you a vehicle as well, but there's no point of getting in the car if you don't have a roadmap, right? So that's what a financial needs analysis is going to be, your roadmap to retirement. You can just put in money for retirement, but do you know what it's going to be at 65?
No.
Probably not, right? So what if it's not going to be enough? Do you even know how much you need at 65?
No.
Right. So wouldn't you agree these are important things to have and know?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
I'm going to provide it for you at no cost, okay?
Yes, sir. Awesome.
Now I got to tell y'all, with me doing this for you, I'm doing it for free. It's complimentary to me. I need something in return. So what I need for doing this for you is I need you to connect me with your siblings. I need you to connect me with your aunt and uncles, your family members. Is that fair?
That's fair.
Cool. So as I'm doing this, I want you on a sheet of paper, start jotting down just some names of people that would benefit from getting a free financial game plan. Because you don't want to be at retirement by yourself, on the beach, drinking drinks, relaxing. All your friends and family are still working. You want to make sure that they're able to get on track as well, right? So the best way is connect me with them. See, that's how you get referrals, y'all. You don't wait to the end of the end of the presentation to say who you know. You created the need early on. You create the interest early on. All right. So my first question, what age would the two of you like to retire?
That's
50.
65.
Okay. Now, DeAndre, you mentioned 50. How old are you right now?
37.
So you have 13 years to build up, honestly, at least north of $1 million. And to do that, it's going to be a lot of money that needs to be saved. Now, we haven't talked about current income right now. So I'm not sure what you're comfortable setting aside, but just know when it comes to reaching your retirement goals, you want to make sure that you have a lot of time to allow your money to compound. Now, you may already have a lot of assets attained right now. We're going to find that out. But I'm going to show you a more realistic age at the moment. And then if you say, oh, that's nothing, we can look at shortening that age. Okay.
Yes,
So,
sir.
Tanisha, what age did you mention?
65.
65. Okay, awesome. Because the thing is, you want to make sure you have time to allow your money to compound. 13 years may not be enough to reach your goals, DeAndre. Now, we're going to find out what those goals are, and we're going to customize it based on the two of you. So we may be able to do it at 50, especially if you come and work with me and I show you how to make, $200,000-$300,000 a year, and you're able to put away $10,000 a month. How does that sound?
It sounds amazing.
Wonderful.
Well, at the end of this, we're going to talk about that. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Great.
All right. So based on this, it's going to say, because I did it based on the age we did earlier, they're 32 years from retirement. That's going to allow them a lot of time for their money to compound. All right. So now this is a time that we find out their income goal. We got to find their current income first, because that's going to allow us on an expert standpoint to coach them and let them know how much money is probably going to be needed at retirement. So DeAndre, you're going to be Bob. What do you make on either a monthly or annual basis?
150 annually.
All right. And then Tanisha?
75 annually.
All right. So based on that, household income monthly is about $18,750. Now, let's talk about the goal. Let's talk about retirement. At retirement, at 65 years old. Now, remember, it's important to paint the picture for them, because a lot of people are thinking they're still going to have mortgages and debt and young children. They're thinking about today, not 32 years from now. So what I'm going to do is paint the picture. Now, at 65, mortgages paid off, kids are grown and gone, no responsibility, really just living expenses. Now, of course, the leisure and the travel and the lifestyle that you're going to want to have during retirement. But what would you say is a monthly amount that you'll need to have the lifestyle you desire during retirement?
Is this together, or is
Yes, this together?
I don't know. We say about 7,000-8,000.
Tanisha, does that work for you?
Yes, that's fine.
Okay, we'll say 7, or I'll meet you in the middle. We'll say 7,500. Now, inflation will be included in my numbers. Okay, so if you're thinking, well, the cost of living is going to go up, it will be included. So let's say 7,500 is the amount you need. So what are some of the things y'all want to do during retirement, by the way?
I want to travel.
Okay. What kind of place?
Shop, eat.
You said what?
Shopping and eating.
Traveling, shopping, eating. Yeah, I'm with it.
Travel, shopping, and eating. Okay, gotcha. Well, $7,500, you're going to have an amazing travel, shopping, and eating time. Now, of course, taxes will be paid and other things. But other than that, you guys will have an amazing retirement. So I'm going to put you on a game plan to make that accomplished. Now, if we're not able to start putting away enough money to make this happen, would you guys have any problem adding additional income to your current, to your current income status? Would you have any problem with that? Extra income coming in?
No.
No, as long as it doesn't require a lot of work.
Okay. Now, if it does require a lot of work, but it's going to help you get to where you want to be at during retirement, would that be a problem?
It depends on the time too.
Okay, gotcha. All right. So we got that in. 3,500, what is it doing? Hold on, y'all. I don't know what it's doing. There we go. All right. So that's letting you know inflation is included. I never really go through that page. You can if you want, if you know how to explain it. Don't try to explain something you don't know what you're talking about. Try to say what inflation is, because you may have somebody that knows a little bit more and then you lose credibility. So make sure you go and look up and understand the true meaning of inflation. So don't be trying to wing it. All right. So based on this, DeAndre and Tanisha, at 65, we're going to have to get you in a position where you have $4.1 million accumulated, okay?
Yeah.
This is what your financial independence number is. So jot that down for me. $4.1 million. Because it's something about writing that down. It puts it in your mind, it just puts it in your mind, y'all. Now, if we're not able to reach this, and I'm gonna actually do this later, but I'm gonna bring it up now. This brings up the options, and we used to do this in our op presentation. Now, if we're not able, I actually do it. What I'll do is I'll do it once we get to the monthly contribution, because that might be what scares them. That might be the whoa. Now, with the income they make, it may not. It depends on their budget. So 4.1 million, that's what they're going to need. All right. So now, before we can paint the picture, before we can show them what we need to do to accumulate that, we got to find out where they're currently at. Now, this is a very crucial part right here, because this allows us to identify the shortfall. So what we're going to find out is what kind of retirement assets they currently have. So DeAndre, Tanisha, do the two of you each have a 401k?
Yes.
No.
Okay. Tanisha, do you have any type of form of retirement savings, a 403, an IRA?
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. So we'll start with you.
That's why we getting a divorce soon. She ain't got no 401k. What?
So Tanisha, this is where we're going to start. Well, she might be a teacher. Teachers don't get 401ks. So Tanisha, what do you have? What kind of retirement vehicle do you have?
I have some monies from other previous jobs, so that's what I have right
You have an
now.
old 401k.
Yes.
Okay, so it's still a 401k. It's just in an old account.
Right.
Okay, gotcha. Now, let's talk about that. Do you know where they're at in the balances they have?
Total is about 10,000 because I just looked at it.
Okay.
I have 60,000.
Hold on. We'll get to you, DeAndre. Tanisha, so 10,000 in an old 401k. So that's all that you have right now for retirement.
Yes.
Okay, awesome. And of course, since it's old, you're not contributing, so it's just sitting there. Now, have you ever thought about rolling that over so you can actually have better growth opportunities and can start contributing to it?
Yes, just didn't know where to go.
Okay, well, I'm glad I'm here because I'm where to go. So once we're done here, we're going to get a little bit more information on there so I can look into that and start the process for you, because we definitely want to allow that to start growing. Okay.
Great.
Awesome. All right. So 10,000. Now, DeAndre, for you, I think you mentioned 60,000, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, any money in an old employer, or that's all from your current 401k provider?
My current situation.
Okay. Now, do you know what you're contributing to it?
$300 a month plus whatever they're matching.
Okay. Are they matching? Are they matching 100% of what you put in?
6%.
Well, no, that's based on what you're contributing. So if you put in 6%, are they putting in 6%?
They're doing 6%.
But is it 100%? Because there's a thing called dollar for dollar. There's 50 cents off the dollar. There's 25 cents off the dollar.
Yeah, 6%. So I'm maxed out at 12% total going in.
Okay, but they're doing it dollar for dollar though, right? Okay, so they're putting in another $300. Now, if somebody doesn't know the monthly amount, but they know the percentage, just do the math. If he makes $150,000 a year, now remember, A 401k is before tax dollars. So the 6% is going to be based off of his actual salary before taxes. So let's say 150,000. Let's just 12,000 a month. So in that case, you'll do 6% of that 12,000, which is $720. So DeAndre was already off with his numbers. So it should be $720, a month that they're getting from you. And if you so do you want to actually do it based off of 6%?
Yeah.
Okay, so it'll be $720. And if they match, that means they're doing $720 a month. You guys got that?
Can you repeat that?
All right. So if somebody says, well, I don't know how much they're taking out of my check. Now you can see if they have a pay stub. A lot of people can go online and get their pay stub. Keep in mind, you got to know how often they get paid. If they're paid bi-weekly and it's $200 that they're getting a check, you can't put $200 in here. It's going to be $400 a month. So make sure you use the common sense. So that's one option. The other option is if they know their percentage, all you got to do is find out what their monthly income or annual income is. If you know their monthly income, so in this case, he's making 150,000 a year. That's roughly about 12,000 a month. You can use a calculator if you want. And then I do the 6% of 12,000, which is $720. I'm a human calculator, yes. Now you don't have to be good at math. I've been teaching algebra to college students when I was in 3rd grade, so I'm just good with numbers. It's not why I'm successful, so y'all don't have to think y'all got to be good with numbers. It's just something that I love. I love numbers, so it just makes sense. 1 + 1 has to be 2. I don't understand language arts. You know, I don't know why Bob and Susan's mindset has to be that. I like math. So 720, so that's 1440 a month. That's going into his 401k, 1440. And they have a total current balance of $70,000, 60,000 from DeAndre, 10,000 from Tanisha. So based on this, their savings will grow to 3.4 million if they keep doing the same thing they're doing. Now it's uncertain because DeAndre, would you agree, in the news, you don't see employees jumping for joy. 401ks are getting better and better. No, things are getting worse because employers are looking for ways to bring more money to them. They're looking to, hit the bottom line, right? That's what we hear all the time. The bottom line, the bottom line. Well, last time I checked, employee benefits are an expense to a corporation, not an asset. You guys got that?
Yes.
Awesome. And feel free, y'all. This is a chance. If y'all need to chime in and ask questions, y'all definitely can. Feel free to chime in and ask questions. So 1440. So based on this, their shortfall is $662,000. So based on what you guys are currently doing, you guys are definitely on a great path to having a great retirement. But based on what you're telling me your desires are, there will be a shortfall. So would you have any issue with me helping you relieve that shortfall, eliminate that shortfall?
No.
See what I did? That's called a mini close.
Close.
That's what it is. It's a mini close. You have to be great at mini closes. So let's look at it now.
Hey, quick question, Brandon. Hey, what if someone cannot find their information at that time? What they're putting back monthly. What their actual investment is at the time. What if they can't find that information out? Do you just go ahead and go on and then
go on? Yeah, go on. You can ask. I mean, you could try to find out where was it at the most recent time you looked at it. But yeah, that's all you can do. You could just let them know for now what we'll have to do. You can ask them how long they've been at their career. And if they've been contributing to their 401k for, let's say, 10 years, we could go based off the average 401k, which is 3% and matches 3%. Now we can let them know that it's not going to be as accurate as we like, but at least it'll be a starting point. It'll give them an idea. But promise me tomorrow, Tanisha, that when you go to the job, or DeAndre, because he has the 401k, that you will find out where to access that information. So that way we can make sure that this is perfect. Okay. Yes, I don't want to make sure, you have been on a road and following the GPS and they, you make one wrong turn and it delays you. We want to make sure that doesn't happen for you. We want to make sure we're on a smooth path towards your retirement.
Yes, sir.
All right. So This is the shortfall. They're currently doing $14.40 a month. They need to be doing $18.11. I want you guys to understand this doesn't mean they need an extra $18.11. That's the total. So they need to do the difference. So they need to do an extra $371 a month to be able to reach. I told you I'm a calculator. To be able to reach their monthly contribution, to reach their monthly goal, I should say, their monthly savings goal. And that will allow them to hit that 4.1 million. So I'll let them know. So based on this, DeAndre and Tanisha, the shortfall, the monthly shortage that you have to reaching your goal is about $371.
Okay.
Would you guys say at this moment it's feasible? That's something that you could set aside where we could put it into an IRA?
Not immediately, because we need to pay off some debt first.
Okay. DeAndre, you agree with that?
I agree with that.
Okay, gotcha. So we'll put you guys on the strategy to get out of debt. Now, in my mind, I'm like, you guys are making way too much money to not be able to set aside $300. So I got to find it. That's $18,000 in household income. Now, if they're bringing $3,000 in household income, that's a different story. It also means that you might be in the wrong market. So let's move along, because I'm gonna let them know, no problem at all. Now, my job is to get you as close as possible to your retirement goal, but with staying in your budget. So even if we got to start somewhere small now and gradually increase down the line, we can definitely do that. Okay.
Okay.
Awesome. So now that you guys know your financial independence number, now we have a roadmap. We have a game plan for you reaching your retirement goals. Now let's look at your life insurance goals. Okay.
Great.
Hey, Brandon, before you move on the percentage of income, is there like a cap to the percentage? Like, do we go like from 1 to a certain number, or it just depend on the company?
Are you talking about for 401ks?
Yeah.
No, I mean, it depends on the company. I mean, there's a max you can put into your 401k.
Oh, okay.
Anybody know that? Let's see if y'all been studying y'all craft, or at least give me a close amount, because it changes annually. Don't be trying to
6,000.
How much?
6,000.
6,000.
Both
That's
wrong.
great.
All wrong. Wrong across the board. That's a Roth IRA.
That's a Roth IRA.
Oh.
Yes, yes.
Repeat your question, Brandon.
It's max for a 401k.
Oh, the match?
Max. The max you can do into a 401k. Last time I checked, it was 19,500. It's 18,500, 19,500 for the catch up. Now they change annually, so it may have increased, but that's the most you can put into a 401k. Just like how a Roth has max contributions, a 401k has max contributions. Cool. So you got that, Eric? Now, Eric, you talked about percentage wise. There is no, I mean, it depends on the company.
Okay. All right. I was just making sure.
Is that the max you can put in yearly, Brandon?
Yes, annually.
Annually. Okay.
Yeah, that's the most you put in annually. Now, let me give you guys a rule of thumb, because some people may say, well, Brandon, hold on 1 second, y'all. All right. So somebody was eating. I can't be eating during training. I ain't put them on blast. That their video.
My bad.
So, yeah. When somebody says, well, Brandon, how much should I put into my 401k? How much should I do to a Roth? What would you guys suggest? I want to see where your guys' mind's at.
If you're able to, I would aim at maxing out both of those.
Okay. Now, most people can't max out both of them.
I would say, B, I would say it depends on if the company is matching. If the company is matching you and at your 401k, you want to go to the max as possible. So if they matching you, you want to, max that out, max that match out, because that's free money. You don't want everyone to leave free money on the table. And then if you're able to max out your Roth IRA, then you max it out. But if you can't max it out, put as much as you can in your Roth IRA. That's what I would tell you.
Let's go, Troy Kelly. Man, if I'm about to add some effects to here so I can drop some bombs. I'm gonna drop the DJ Clue bombs on here. So I'm gonna start adding that soon. But he got it. That's what you do. So that's how you want to coach your clients. Whatever they match, if they do 3%, do 3%. Now, I wouldn't recommend doing more than 3% until you max out your Roth IRA. Once you max out your Roth IRA, then you can contribute more to your 401k. So max out. If they put in 6%, you do 6%. Great. That's what you do. But if they do, if they're not matching at all, I would even recommend putting money into your 401k until you max out your Roth IRA. The reason why, A 401k has minimum investment options. We have a lot of investment options. 401ks have a lot of fees. But what's the biggest reason you choose an IRA over a 401k?
Taxes.
Let's go, Troy Kelly. Taxes.
Hey man,
A Roth IRA is tax-free. A 401k is going to be taxed fully, not just the cost basis. The cost, what's the cost basis, Troy? Let him know. Coach him a little bit. I guess Troy wasn't ready for that one.
No, I wasn't ready for that one.
He wasn't ready. All right. The cost basis is the amount you personally contribute. That's your cost basis. There's two things that make up an investment. There's cost based and there's interest. Cost base is what you put in there, your cost basis. If you put $100 in there, that's your cost basis. And let's say if I earned $700 in interest, that's it. So you have $800 in your account. Your cost base is $100, $700 is the interest. A 401k, all of that money is taxed. A Roth IRA, the interest is taxed. Your cost basis is not taxed because after tax dollars go in there. We doing some investment training. I know I'm an investment specialist. Right? I know this investment game, y'all. But you guys understand that, right? You guys got it? All right. So that's the coaching nugget you guys want to know. So I recommend when you get an investment license, you go there. Don't try to go there without it because you may confuse somebody or you may not know what you're talking about. I've seen some people trying to explain 401ks and it's crazy. I'm like, what are y'all talking about? That's not a 401k. You know, so yeah, we got to, DeAndre know what I'm talking about. We got to coach people. So make sure you guys understand that, okay? Anybody have any questions on that?
Nope.
No, sir.
Yeah.
All right, so let's move along. Let's talk about life insurance. Protecting the income protection. Now, it's not, there we go. So this is a very important page because this tells us exactly how much coverage somebody needs. A lot of times people say, well, how much coverage should I do for them? Well, do an income, find out their income protection number. They'll tell you how much coverage they need. Now, I always start with the immediate cash needs first because that's more important than the monthly income need. Immediate cash needs is first. Now, I'm going to ask the question to DeAndre and Tanisha. I'm going to ask them. Now, insurance is designed for a variety of purposes, but basically it's to take care of responsibilities, financial obligations. So I want to find out what's important to the both of you. Now, do you guys currently have a mortgage?
Yes,
Okay. So is it important if something happened, you want to make sure your mortgage is taken care of?
definitely.
Awesome. Okay. Now, I know you guys mentioned you have some consumer debt, right?
Yes,
Okay, good. So we got that down. So that's important. You want to make sure that, God forbid, if something happens, that's taken care of, right?
yes,
Okay. Now, young children, is funding their college important to you if something were to happen to one or both of you?
yes,
Okay. Now, also, y'all keep in mind that this doesn't just have to be for fund education. We could transfer this out and say inheritance. Like for me, I'm not going to put money in, I don't know, but I'm gonna put it. I'd rather set up a business fund, a business where they have 100,000 sitting aside to start a business versus 100,000 for student loans. So you can coach your client if they say, nah, I don't want them to go to college. Okay. Well, what about being able to set up a business account where if they want to start a business, when they reach this age, 30 years old, they have this amount of money to go into a business that they want to start. That's something that would be a desire for you.
Yes.
yes.
Okay, good. Now, how many kids do you have?
20. I need to spend 3.
3 kids. Okay. Now, would you want to leave? What is an amount that you'd want to leave for each of them?
100 apiece.
Good. And I'm glad you guys think that way because I see so many parents nowadays. They're like, I ain't gonna leave nothing behind for the kids. They got to figure it out, And I feel it's our duty to put our kids in a position. I actually put a post on Facebook where we're supposed to hand the baton off to the kids. We're not supposed to say, well, nah, you guys don't need it. Figure it out on your own. We're supposed to hand that baton so it could be easier for them to build upon our legacy, not to have to start over. So I salute you guys for having that type of mindset. So with all that being said, what is the dollar amount you said again, DeAndre?
100,000 each.
Okay, so between 3 kids, so 300,000. All right, and then funeral expenses, I roughly go to about 20,000 because with the cost, 15,000 doesn't always do it. So I boost it up to about 20,000 for funeral expenses. So based on the immediate cash needs, you guys will need about $626,000 in life insurance. Now, let's talk about what you currently have. Do you currently have life insurance outside of the job?
No.
You don't?
No.
Okay, hold on. There's people trying to get
We
in.
have more debt than that.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I forgot to ask you about the debt. So consumer debt. Oh, let me get the mortgage balance too. I'm just zooming on.
Yeah.
What's the mortgage balance?
DeAndre, what?
200 left.
Okay.
All right. And then consumer debt, credit cards, car loans.
Yeah, her shopping. But the number about 30,000.
30,000. You're good, Jason. It's all good. I saw the face he made. 30,000. Okay. All right. So based on that, the cash needs 550,000. Now you mentioned you don't have any life insurance outside of the job.
No.
No.
Okay. And you guys understand why you want to have insurance outside of the job, right? You don't want to rely on group insurance, right?
Not
No,
exactly. We thought that I thought that was a good thing to have in place.
Absolutely not. First off, it's not enough coverage. How much coverage do you have at the job?
I don't really know the exact number, but I think it's like 250.
Okay.
I only have 30,000.
Okay, gotcha. So you have what's called basic life insurance, and then DeAndre, you're probably paying for supplemental life insurance. Now, there's a lot of stipulations with the supplemental life insurance. One of the things is the fact that there's a lot of, if you pass away through war or terror, suicide, vacation, pandemic clauses, even if you get moved to an inactive pay status at the job, they're not going to be paid out. Let's say if you get sick and you're on the hospital bed, you're not able to work, so they got to change you to an inactive pay status. Well, your life insurance is now no longer active.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, they'll find ways not to pay out. So that's why you do not want to rely on group insurance. Also, DeAndre, down the line, I'm sure you plan to retire one day, right?
Yes, sir.
Or you might change jobs. What if that new job doesn't have life insurance as a benefit? And you would agree, the older you get, the more unhealthy you get typically, sometimes, right?
Right.
Yes.
And with life insurance, it's based off of age and health. So if you try to 15 years from now, say, you know what, I do need to get insurance outside of the job now, it's going to be pretty expensive. So it's good to get something locked in right now while you're young and healthy, but it's also good to have something on your own. Especially nowadays, a lot of jobs are turning into making employees independent contractors. And when you're an independent contractor, you don't get benefits. It's a lot more beneficial for corporations to have 1099 versus W-2 because they don't have to have, really the employee is no longer much of a liability. You know, they still got to pay them, but they can let them go at any moment. It's a contract. You're here for a year, then we will let you know we want to renew your contract. But a lot of times it doesn't come with benefits. So does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Makes a lot of sense.
You guys understand you want to have your policy outside of the job, right?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. So now that's the immediate cash needs. Now you guys have young children, correct?
Yes.
So the thing is, you got to make sure you position yourself where after all these things are taken care of, DeAndre or Tanisha, you may be in a position where you still need another income coming in. Because right now, especially with the amount of money DeAndre makes, life might be hard if Tanisha, you lose that $100,000 a year. Won't you agree?
Oh, yes.
So now, of course, the mortgage and debt and all these things are going to be taken care of, but you still may want to have a comfortable living situation or better. So with that being said, at least while the kids are young and they're still, you know, while they're finishing up either high school or college, is there a dollar amount on a monthly basis you'll still want to have coming in if something were to happen to DeAndre?
All of it.
Well, I wouldn't think you'll need all of it because you got to think the mortgage is paid off, debt's gone.
Oh, you're talking about after all of that is done?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Half of it.
Half of it, okay. So that'd be about $6,000 a month. So you'll say,
Yes.
so based on what you're telling me, if something happens to DeAndre, all these things are paid off, you still have your income coming in, but you'll still want to have an extra $6,000 a month coming in?
Yes.
Okay. All right. And then how old is your youngest?
10.
10. Okay. So would you say you'll need this at least until the youngest is finished with high school or maybe college, at least while they're still in the house?
Yes.
Okay. So let's say at least till college. So let's say 12 years. Oops. All right. And now DeAndre, for you, if something were to happen to Tanisha, is there a monthly income you'll need coming in?
4,000 is good.
4,000. Okay. Because also you guys might want to think you may not want to work for a period of time. You know, you may just want to spend time with the kids. So you also got to think on that perspective too. For now, you know, Tanisha, you don't have to work anymore because you have 6,000 coming in. And then after the kids are finished with college, then you can start finding work.
Exactly.
At the end of the day, life insurance is a warranty on your goals and dreams. That's all it is. You have goals, dreams, and desires. And if something happens too soon to one of the both of you, it may not manifest. Well, in having life insurance, it's a warranty. Just how we get warranties on our phones and on our cars and stuff like that. We have to have a warranty on our income. Don't you agree?
Yes.
All right. So based on this, DeAndre, the amount of life insurance you need to be properly protected, based on what you guys are telling me, is about $1.3 million, $1,350,000. And then for Tanisha, it's close to about $1.1 million. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So let's look at the numbers now. Now, I don't know why this always does this. It's weird how it updates like that. So I have to go in and change it. There we go. Now it's showing up. So based on that, for them to be properly protected, $256 a month. Now, keep in mind, they make $18,000 in household income. So this is something that will be feasible for them. So you can also do a triplicate of choices though, where you'll show one that is I usually do it, you know, where it's roughly about 75% less and then 50% less of this to give them a triplicate of options. And most times they might be able to be comfortable, be able to do this, but if not, they'll do that middle option. So I would simply ask them. Now, of course, we could go deeper and see if they can qualify for preferred. So you'll click edit. When you go to edit, now both of these are actually preferred. So, you know, if they weren't preferred, you have to change it. It shouldn't be defaulted at preferred. It should be defaulted at standard. So make sure you always hear before you let them know that number, because the worst thing you can do is tell them it's going to be 256. And then you find out DeAndre smokes. And then you got to go back and say, oh, darn it, we got to do tobacco rates. Now it's going to be $500. Right. And just, the worst thing you could do is go from this to more. It's better to go from up to down.
Right.
So, important things before you give them that number. Make sure you identify, by the way, do you guys have any health challenges? Do you smoke? And then you can kind of get a feel based on the video, maybe, but you know, if they can get preferred or not. So you may ask them the question. For a woman, I always pull up the chart and show them on the screen. And I'll ask them, Tanisha, what's your height? And I say, okay, go look for your height, Tanisha, and you got to be between those. And I do the same thing. That's what you do to respect a woman, where you don't just say, what's your weight? I pull up the chart and then it will say on there, okay, that's the height you need to be. You go tell me if you're between that weight. So that's what you do. So, all right. Any questions on that?
Hey, Brandon. I'm going to be working with my cousin. She's this evening, and I asked her about her insurance, and she said that she's finna retire, and she said that she was going to have insurance after retirement. And I'm like, how, Sway? And I don't understand.
Does she work for the government?
She might.
Okay. Sometimes with the government, they do have those kind of benefits where they'll have retirement outside. But you just got to tell her to get more information, because it may require her, she may have it outside of retirement, but the cost ain't going to be locked in at group rates.
Okay. Got it.
Only time that would happen is if she has some type of like pension. So what they're going to do is they're just going to take it out of the pension. She's going to have to pay for it. Nothing in life is for free.
Right.
So what they'll do is if she gets a pension and she's supposed to get this dollar amount, they're just going to deduct the life insurance out of that.
Got it.
Okay. So yeah, nothing in life is for free. Unless somebody, I mean, you got to think, even military, you got to think you serve this country. And then once you retire, you got to get VGLI, and VGLI goes up every 5 years. It gets very expensive.
Yes.
Now, the good thing is if you're a tobacco user or if you're unhealthy, you're still locked in at the rates. It's beneficial for somebody that's not able to get insured or they're going to get rated. But for somebody that's healthy, it's not good to get a VGLI. So you just got to do more digging, get more questions, but also find out it may not be enough coverage. Well, how much is it going to be? Well, it's going to be only 100,000. Well, how much is your mortgage? How many kids do you have? Have they done an income protection analysis for you to find out how much you need?
Right.
That's where this comes in hand. Where you say, hey, that's great and all. I'm not here to sell you insurance, but I do want to provide you with a financial needs analysis just to make sure you are on track to reach the financial desires you have. See, if you are implementing the financial needs analysis, nobody would tell you, oh, I'm good, I have life insurance. Oh, great, I'm glad you got life insurance. But do you have a financial needs analysis? Every family needs to have a complementary, or really not, they need to have a financial needs analysis. We just happen to do it complementary. It's a roadmap to your financial goals. Life insurance is great, but do you know your income protection number? A retirement savings is great, but do you know your financial independence number? What if I can provide these at no cost to you? That's what you do.
Brandon,
All
I
right.
have a question. Do you lead your appointment with the FNA, or I know you maybe sit down with the KTA one-on-one information, and then do you lead with the FNA? I'm just trying to see where you place
It depends.
it in the. Okay.
Well, it depends on your system. So that's what would be with no limit, knowing the system. So most times it's after your presentation where you do a eye opener, 4-page, 6-page. You talk to them about who we are, what we do. And then in there, they talk about the FNA. And at the end of it, with all this, with everything I share with you today, what interests you the most? The chance to make part-time income or the chance to get your finances in order? They say to get my finances in order, great. What we need to do is we need to put together a financial game plan for you so we can identify your goals and put you on a roadmap to accomplish them. You got that, Kimberly? Oh, I don't know if I'm okay. I wasn't sure if I was freezing, if y'all were freezing.
I don't know. I got it. Thank you.
Okay, no problem. All right, now for somebody that says, well, that's too much, Brandon, then you go to other quote. Click on another quote. There it goes. And you click edit. And then you put some other options in there. So then I'll say, well, DeAndre and Tanisha, y'all tell me. Now, I can tell you based on me being an expert in the industry, how much you should be able to comfortably afford, which minimum is 2% of your income. So if somebody makes $100,000 a year, 2% of that, 100,000 household income, 2% of that is $200,000. I mean, $200.
$200,000.
So they should be able to comfortably be able to do $200. So then it might be a budget problem, but you just ask them. Now, my job is to get you close to the amount of coverage you need. So what would you say on a monthly basis you can set aside to comfortably protect your family? And they may say, well, let's do around $150 a month. Then I'll go in here and I'll play with the numbers to get it to that dollar amount in the other quote tab. So, all right, where is my, say, cool. And then at the bottom of it, if they're ready to get the process started, you just click on apply now. And now take all this information and transfer it to the Life app. Their personal information, the quotes. Now, of course, you have to get all the, beneficiaries, medical questions, and some of those other things, driver's license. But that's what you do. This takes all the information. So then I'm gonna say now, DeAndre, Tanisha, I know it's important to you to properly protect your family based on what you're telling me. So what I want to do is we're gonna start the application process tonight so we can take you through the underwriting process and get you covered as soon as possible, okay?
Okay.
So I'm not gonna ask them, hey, are you guys ready to start today? No, we're coaches. We gotta take them. We gotta guide them. If somebody gets in the hospital because they got gunshot wounds, Jason, I'm not gonna ask them, hey, do you want to do surgery or do you want to die? I'm gonna tell them, hey, hey, we need to do surgery right away. Rush this guy into what's it called? What is it called?
Or operation.
No.
Or
intensive care. Rush this guy to the ICU.
ICU.
There you go. Rush this guy to ICU. I'm like, hey, we got to take you guys to ICU immediately because you guys don't have no protection in place. So that's the thing. If you ask people, they're going to put in their mind, well, they're going to come up with objections. There's no reason to think about it because they should have been thinking about it throughout this whole time frame. We've been over the numbers. What do y'all think of? What do we ask? What do you think about it? They're thinking right there. So what do you think about these numbers? What do you think about taking care of this? So we already are helping them do the thinking process. So there shouldn't be, well, I need to think about it. Hold on. Well, what part to think about? Protecting your family, or is it the dollar amount? What part is there, kind of some concern on so we can address it now? because right now you don't have anything outside of the job. And I want to make sure you guys are taken care of. So what can I do to make the process more easier for you? Well, we really want to think we can fit in our budget. Okay, well, let's find out what you can fit in your budget right now. So that's what you do. All right.
Hey, quick question, B.
Uh-huh.
So what if I mean, I understand what you're saying about, leading someone into and not asking, and you letting them know, okay, let's get the process going, making sure that, you got the proper type of coverage for you and your family. So what if they come back and, basically, just kind of like, no, we just not going to move forward today. We just trying to see what was going on.
That means they were curious, not serious. So throughout the presentation, you identify that. When I'm doing my initial presentation, going through the rule of 72, going through debt stacking, going through all these different things, and I'm saying, are these things important to you? I'm asking them, how, on a scale of 1 to 10, what is your desire to be financially independent? It's a 10. Okay, great. So you're telling me, if I could put together a game plan, a complementary game plan, and get you on track for your financial goals and dreams, you guys would be ready to move forward and get something in place. So it's asking questions like that, so you're not wasting time. See, a lot of times we got to value our time. So if they're telling me, well, we're just kind of getting information that, hey, I completely understand. After the presentation, I'm gonna ask you one final question. What interests you the most? This, or that? Well, getting a financial game plan in place. Okay, great. So now I'm going to put some work in to create the financial game plan for you. If it makes sense and you see value, what you're telling me is you'll be ready to implement the solution today. Well, now we want to be ready today. Okay, no problem. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you some brochures, and then let's touch base in a couple days, because I'm not about to spend all this time building them a game plan for free for them just to say, okay, we'll get back with you, we'll think about it. No, don't work like that. I need a commitment that, hey, if I'm putting together a game plan, now, of course, I'm going to do it based on your budget and what you're comfortable with. But I got to make sure you guys are ready to get a game plan in place today, because when it comes to financial planning, it's important to do it yesterday versus tomorrow, because you never know what the future may hold. So I want to make sure you guys are properly protected, but I also want to make sure you guys are putting together a game plan to reach your retirement goals. It's all about getting commitments. Now, I'm not going to try to be a over-the-top sales guy. No, that's not my job. But I'm also not going to spend a lot of time doing all this for them just to say, we'll get back with you. You got that, Troy?
I got that. And I got one more question too.
Mm-hmm.
On the income goal in the beginning, are you using the gross, or are you using the net, what they bring home?
Gross income.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Gross income. All right, y'all. So we got that down. Now, this is a recruiting tool right here, where you tell them, now this is their game plan right here, to get them the amount of insurance they need, but also to make sure they're investing wise. Now, of course, out of this 1440, that's actually, let me go back to it. That's doing what they're currently doing. I got to see. So this is, I got to go back and select the plan, meet your goal. So then it's going, when I go back, it'll change it. So boom. Now, of course, it's letting them know, hey, this 1,800, remember, 14 of it is coming from the job. So it's really only an additional 370. So I don't want you guys thinking that you're going to have to come out with an extra $1,800, okay? Now, what would you say is the dollar amount you're comfortable with on a monthly basis for me to put together a game plan for you? And they may say, well, Brandon, we could probably do about $500 a month. Great. And then I start working on their game plan for you. Now, if they say, well, money's just tight, we'll love to reach our goals, but we may have to come down a bit, a lot. Then I may tell them, well, there's 3 options. One of the options is we can give up on the goal and dream we have for you. We can reduce it. That's one of the options. The second option is you can ask your job for a raise of about an extra $500-600 a month. Third option is you can do something in addition to your career. Similar to what I showed you when I was going through the initial presentation, where I could show you how to get a license to show you how to make an extra $2,000 to $3,000 a month. How does that sound? Which one makes sense for you and your family? Giving up on your goals and dreams, seeing if your boss will give you a raise, or doing something in addition to your career?
Doing something in addition.
Boom. Everything has to go back to recruiting. The financial needs analysis should be a recruiting tool. to get people to see that they're not making enough to reach their goals and dreams. What do I say recruiting is? Showing the nightmare so you can sell the dream. I'm gonna get that copyrighted. Showing them a nightmare so you can sell them a dream. That's what recruiting is. Well, I'm showing them a nightmare of not being able to reach their financial goals, having a shortfall. So now I can sell them the dream because most people think they're already good. They're comfortable. But if I show them why they don't need to be comfortable because there's not enough money coming in, that's what's going to get them to realize, I guess I do need to make more money. I thought I was doing good. All right. Any questions on that?
No.
Awesome, y'all. All right. So we're going to move on to the full-blown FNA. I'm only going to touch on the things that this one doesn't touch. So if nobody has any other questions on the mobile FNA, we're going to move on.
I have just one other question, Brandon. How many years of income does the FIN amount cover after retirement? So is it like 10, 15, 20 years, or is it just strictly an amount?
No, it actually is based off. So in here, when you uncover somebody's financial independence number, it doesn't, I don't know, I think you have to go to, let me see. It's based on average mortality, which is 86. So if somebody's retiring
at the bottom.
huh?
It said 85 at the bottom.
Oh, did? Okay. Got you. Where's it say that at?
Just passed it up. Go back. At the bottom there.
Oh, I see it. Provides income. Okay. Now they allow you to usually, okay, there you should, yeah, there you go. So if you click on view assumptions, you can change the life expectancy. So it usually says 84 for, they probably did 85 because it's usually 84 for men, 86 for women. So some people may say, well, I think I'm gonna live to my 90s. You can adjust it. Now it's gonna adjust the numbers because they're now gonna need more money to live for an extra 5 years. But yeah, so it's based on 85. So if anybody ever asks, well, what's it based off of? How long is this gonna allow me to live off? Well, we're basing off of average mortality being 85 years old.
Okay, great.
Awesome. Awesome. All right. So any other questions on the mobile FNA?
No, sir.
All right. So we're going to exit out of here. We're going to go to the full blown. To access the full blown FNA, you go to Turbo Apps. Not Turbo Apps 3. You can't do it through the app. You have to be on the actual desktop version of Primerica Online. You click on Turbo Apps. And let's see, let's see if I got Bob again. Bob Smith, there he goes. So we'll go to Bob Smith and we're going to click on FNA. You can't click straight on FNA because it's going to say you have to add a contact or select a contact. So you got to choose the contact first or add the contact, and then you'll click on FNA. And then once again, has their information in. This one has them a little bit older. It'll have a place for you to add children. We'll say they have one, Bobby Smith, and any other information you want to add, contact information, and then income information. Make sure you add the income. On here, we got 70,000 for Bob, 50,000 for Susan. If they need other income, you can do monthly income taxes. Another unique thing about this is you can identify if somebody's overpaying in taxes and show them how to file the right way so they get more money. It says it right down here. Do you normally receive a tax refund? Yes. How much do you anticipate this year? 5,000. Would you like to put more money into your pocket now? If you're an employee, it is really easy. You may be able to increase your monthly take-home pay by $417 by adjusting your withholdings. Do you want to see how that savings can impact your financial program? You select yes. Now, if I click on this, boom, here we go. Would you like to avoid having too much income tax withhold from your pay? See how much you can add to your paycheck. Do you get a big tax return every year? If so, you could be overtaken on taxes throughout the year. According to the IRS, 75% of individual taxpayers receive an annual refund with an amount averaging nearly $3,000. That money could be working for you. Talk to your tax advisor to see if you can reduce your federal tax withholdings without owing taxes at the end of the year. To calculate it yourself, go to this link right here. Choosing the withhold less from your paycheck and tucking away the difference in an interest-bearing account throughout the year can put you in control of your money at tax time and not allowing the IRS to control it. So that's one thing. to see what happens, Tanisha, is if I add an extra $417 to your check, that's money that we could go towards insurance, go towards investments. See, once again, y'all are one-trick ponies. That's why you have people making millions in Primerica and some not making none, because some of us are still stuck on life insurance, life insurance. Anybody can sell life insurance. You got to compete with all these life insurance agents. Family First ain't doing this. World Financial Group ain't doing this for people. State Farm ain't doing this for people. Put yourself in a position where you're Walmart and not Sprouts. You're Walmart and not Aldi. You're Walmart and not these people that only selling food. Now, Sprouts does have better bananas than Walmart. I'm not saying that. I'm talking about the convenience and value factor. So, all right. So you put all their information in there. You can put their jobs if you want to. So we're not going to go to saving for retirement because we already did that. There's no need to do that part. Let's talk about debt resolution. So now you guys can see how to do the debt stacking for people. So I click on debt resolution. We got the mortgage in here. 130,000 is the current balance. We figure out what their principal and interest is. We put 1,600 in here. And then additional payments, if they're doing additional payment, you can add it. We got the interest rate, which is super high. That's their interest rate, 5%. And then we got the value of their home. So they've probably been in their home for a good amount of time. And then you can also include property taxes, homeowners insurance, and then PMI, private mortgage insurance. So that's how you add all the mortgage information. And then we go to the consumer debt or a second mortgage. Consumer debt, they got $2,000 in a car on a credit card. They're paying $50 a month, 18% interest rate. And understand that's a revolving debt. Now, who knows the difference between revolving and fixed? Because those are the two options, revolving and fixed.
Revolving, basically saying your interest rate moves on an annual basis. So it can go up, it can go down, whatever, but on a fixed, it's fixed on a certain number. Say for instance, your credit card is at a 7%, it's fixed at that number. But
that's not, well, let me stop you there, Troy. It's not based on the interest, it's based on the time. So a fixed debt, a mortgage is fixed because it's 30 years. A car loan is fixed because it's 5 years.
Exactly.
The interest rate's not going to change. Now, in some cases on credit cards, now you're normally locked in. When you get a credit card, you're locked in on that interest rate. So what happens, like with a credit card, the reason why it's revolving, because it's not scheduled to be paid on a fixed date. It's not, hey, you got this credit card for 5 years and it'll be paid off. It's revolving. You got me, Troy?
Yeah, I got you.
So a fixed debt is because, like a loan, when you get a loan, you got a 5-year loan, a 10-year loan. That's a fixed debt. A credit card is not fixed. It revolves. It keeps going and going until it's paid off. That's why those are the worst kind of debts to have. If you have $1,000 balance on a Macy's card and you're paying $25 a month, Kim, it's going to take you 10 years to pay off that $1,000 debt. And you're going to end up paying, and I forgot, I think the dollar amount, when I looked at it, it was like $10,000 in interest on $1,000 debt. Revolving is not a good debt. So make sure you guys put the right one in here, revolving and fixed. So we got the credit card, we got the Macy's card. Also, for those that didn't know, based on your balance, there's a percentage that the minimum interest rate can be. I think it's like 2%. I forgot what it is. It's like 2% or something. So let's say if I put $10 for a minimum interest rate, take a look what happens. Enter only the minimum payment as indicated on your payment statement. It used to say it that it should only be a certain amount. So like on a $2,000 current balance, $10 would not be enough. It's a certain dollar amount that a minimum payment can be. So I was trying to see if it'll show me on here, but it's not. It used to
no, I think it's once you, because I think I seen that before. I think it's once you try to go to the next thing.
Oh yeah, there we go. Cool. Yeah. So minimum required payment on the credit card must be $32 based on this $2,000 debt. So that's pretty cool. All right. So what we did $50. All right. So we got that in. We got the Macy's card. We got a Sears card. We got a Tesla that they got. All right. So after that, you click next, click results. This is a very unique page because this is showing them how you can get them out of debt 6 years sooner and save them $5,000 in interest. Now, if you want to see the details on it, let's see if it shows it on here. There we go. You click on details and it'll break it down for them. So it will show them that the first thing, DeAndre, that's going to be paid off based on the interest and based on what's left is this Sears card. It's projected to be paid off August of 2024. Once you free that up, we're going to use this $100 and add it to this Macy's card. So instead of paying $40 on Macy's, now you're paying $140. That's going to pay that off December of 2024. And then you add that to the credit card. And then you just keep the process going. And eventually all that money is going to be going towards the mortgage. So instead of paying $1,600 on the mortgage, you're paying $2,390. That's going to pay your mortgage off faster. So you guys got that?
Yes, sir.
Awesome.
Yes.
Yes.
Very simple, but very powerful tool. So you guys can even say, question though, DeAndre, with your life insurance with State Farm, did it come with a free debt elimination strategy to show you how to get out of debt faster and eliminate and pay and save thousands of dollars in interest?
No, it didn't.
No.
Did it? Oh, wow. Gotcha. Okay. Ours comes with that for free. Also, did it also come with a strategy to show you once you pay off all your debt? It doesn't show it on here. I wish it did, but it'll show you that once you pay it all off, the $2,300, we add this to an investment for the next 20 years. That grows to an extra $1.7 million. Did it come with that type of a game plan?
No, not at all.
No.
Gotcha. We need to talk, DeAndre. I can actually not only help you with life insurance, but I can help you save a lot of money on your debt and put you in a position to where you have $1 million plus saved to retirement. Wouldn't that be beneficial versus just having life insurance?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's set up a meeting on Zoom so we can talk further, man. We can spend about 10 minutes.
Sounds good.
Value. Are you providing value? In this country, you get paid based on providing value. So any questions on debt solutions?
No.
All right. So we're going to skip life insurance. We'll go touch educational needs. So let's say if you have somebody, this is another cool tool where you can identify how much they need to put away for college for the kids. And you can actually find how much that college costs if you look up the school. So let's say Bobby wanted to go to LSU. If we look up LSU, I don't know why they want to go to LSU, but they want to go to LSU. It's going to cost them $24,284. But let's say if we want to go to a different school, let's say if they want to go to Harvard, how much y'all think Harvard going to cost?
60,000.
More.
80,000.
$70,000 a year for good old Harvard.
I was close.
Yeah. So for Harvard, it'll cost them $70,607 to go to Harvard. And that's annually. So that's cool because on here, you can look up what the school is. Let's see if they got TCC on here.
3,000.
You're close. $4,700 a year for TCC. Yes. Let's go. That's where I went.
That's where my kids going. No.
Good old TCC. All right. So you guys can look up all that stuff. And you get to choose the age when they start, how long for school. It already puts this in, how much you intend to pay, what you have currently saved, and then your monthly contribution. And then you can do the results. And it'll do it for you. So boom. So any question on that? All right. Goals and dreams. This is if they have other goals and dreams. If they say, you know what, I want to buy a second home, or I want to go on this vacation to Dubai. How much is it going to cost? $5,000. How far from now do you want to go? And then, you choose the date that they want to go. And then the current savings. And then the monthly contribution. So that's for other goals and dreams. Emergency fund. Same thing. How much do you currently have saved? How much do you want to contribute a month?
On other goals and dreams, are you going to go look up the cost as far as what it costs in today's numbers, or are you allowing them to do that?
We can ask them, but dream with them. Let's say, hey, let's find out how much that costs going to Dubai. Let's look up a flight to Dubai. Or you could ask them, well, how much do you want to set aside? Because you got to think about flight, you got to think about hotel stay, food, the fun you're going to have out there. So how much do you think, a flight to Dubai or a trip to Dubai or Paris will be for? If they don't know, well, let them know, hey, find that out, get back to me, and I'm gonna build you a game plan to show you how to, what you need to start putting away to accomplish that.
Cool.
All right. Emergency info, that's where you put all the emergency information in there for them to build up an emergency account. How much do people need to have set aside for emergency savings?
10,000.
At least 3 to 6 months of their income.
Okay. That's on the
6 months of your
How much?
6 months of your income,
Okay.
of your monthly income.
I'm gonna tell you guys this. It depends on their career. It could be 3 to 6 months. It could be 6 to 9 months. Sometimes it's a career that's harder to get back into. Let's say if somebody's making, a field that, it's some fields, you're a nurse, you get laid off, it might be easier to find another nursing position. But it might be some positions you get laid off, it might be hard to find one. It may take longer, so you need more money. So, but yeah, it could be 3 to 6 or 6 to 9, or you can meet in the middle, 6 months. So, all right. So you got to find their income. They make $4,000 a month, 6 months. That means they need $24,000 saved in an emergency account. All right. Other protection. Now, this is where you're able to save the money on the other products. Auto and home. Let's say they're paying $250 a month. Okay. You click get a quote. And then boom, it gives them the number to call Answer Financial. Now, everybody that's on this, so we got 37 people on here. I challenge you today, call Answer Financial and see if you could save money. They're open all the way up to 10 o'clock tonight, Central Time. And don't give them your solution number. If you're in a different state, you can, but if you're in Texas, give them your downline solution number. Because in Texas, you're not going to get paid off a direct auto and home referral fee. You can't get paid directly from it. But if you put it under your downline, the compensation will roll up to you.
Hey, B.
So I challenge you guys to do that. So call that number today, because I called them and I saved $178 a month switching from USAA to Progressive. I was paying $500 a month on 3 cars. Now I pay less, I think $322. So
wait, so you got to put it under your downlines?
Yeah, unless you have an auto and home license. If you don't have an auto and home license, you're not going to get direct compensation. It's going to roll up to your upline, which just happens to be me.
No, B, but is that based off you being in Texas or where they're doing it at?
No, it's based on where they're doing it. So if you're doing somebody in Ohio, Jason, then Ohio doesn't have the same rules. So you can put it under you in Ohio and the money will go to you.
Oh.
But in Texas,
good to know.
Yeah. All you got to do is when you go to products, go to auto and home, and they actually have a map of all the states that require you to have an auto and home license. But Texas, we have the loophole. If you don't have a downline, get a downline. The downline does not have to be licensed for life or auto and home. They don't even have to be licensed in Primerica, but you do have to have a spread. So you have to be at least a senior rep. If you're a rep and you're trying to put it under another downline that's a rep, that's not an override. So you're not going to get override. You got to at least be a senior rep with a rep under you, or a district with a senior rep or a rep under you, or et cetera. So auto and home. Make sure you guys all call that number to see if you can save money. Real quick, let's do a roll call on those that did call and save some money. Who wants to go in real quick?
I saved $68 on mine.
All right.
I saved about $70 on mine.
Okay.
Saved $100 on mine.
Okay. Let's keep it going.
I saved 88.
$2 on mine. I saved 80.
Josh, you said $2.
Them last $2.
Ain't nothing wrong with it. Save them $2. Who saved the most though?
I saved $125 for car and cycles 51.
Gotcha. So $175. Looks like Sheila James is the winner. Congratulations. $175. So, all right, let's see if somebody on here that hasn't done it yet can beat that. Beat that, and I'll buy you some Starbucks. I'll cash out you money for Starbucks. All right, y'all. So make sure you guys do that. Same with homeowners, even legal protection. So, and you could even get the forms and applications on here for the legal protection. I think you should really, especially if you're sitting in the right market and the client says they're comfortable doing $500 a month, you need to start including legal protection in that $500 a month, $2,800 for them to be able to have access to a lawyer 24/7, a will. You got to think, people getting life insurance, they need to get a will established. So you need to start including that. Plus, everybody on this call, you need to get prepaid legal for yourself. Prepaid legal is amazing. It pays for itself and you get paid for it. So you sign yourself up, you get paid for it, no loopholes. You get direct compensation. It's $2,800 a month. You get a will. If you get a speeding ticket, I got so many speeding tickets, nothing's on my file. As soon as I get a ticket,
2,800, coach, or $28?
Oh, $28. I know 2,800. $28. And then, Rashonda, you a division, I think it pays you maybe like 70, $80. So it pays for a couple months.
You get that today. I'm slow. I got it. I'm calling. Flash that number. I don't.
Well, it's not a number.
I can find it in POS.
It's not a number. It's a 2-page application. Literally, you click on that and you go to that's a membership application. The good thing in Texas, you used to actually have to be a member. You don't have to be a member no more. You had to fill out an application. I had to do it. You had to fill out an application. You had to pay, I think, $50, and then you had to wait to get appointed. Nowadays, there's no appointment. You automatically appointed. So honestly, you could just go to right here, go to other products. I don't want to click on it. I don't want to take me away.
Right.
But it's the same play. When you go to Turbo Apps, it says legal protection. You click on that and it's a 2-page application electronically yourself.
Okay. I'm getting everybody some of that this week.
Oh, yes. And they have contests too. I think like if you do like 5 this month, you get bonus money. Whenever you go on there, their company has different promotions for us. So that's another great one, as well as the identity theft protection. I got that. Every time my information hits the black web or somebody's trying to hack my information, I get alerts. $11 a month. It protects my whole identity. And it gives you like $3 million in identity theft protection. So that's also under the prepaid legal tag. So those are some great things to have. So this is how you create the interest for these other solutions. Now let's talk about the budget page. The budget page is great because it allows you to find out where people's money's going. Now, I didn't do a full breakdown of everything. I didn't add everything, but see how it kind of builds up a graph. So it shows how much of their money is going towards living expenses, how much is going towards savings, which is not enough, how much is going towards taxes, which is okay, how much is going towards debt, which is too much. The safe zone for debt is about 15%. 24% is in a little, it's in an alert status. It's like, hey, it's too much going towards debt. So this is a graph that it builds out to show them where their money is going. This makes it easy for me to say, okay, we have way too much going towards living expenses. We need to start figuring out how to boost this savings up because savings should be at least 20%. All right. Any questions on that, y'all?
No.
All right. Now play around, do your own personal one today so you can grade at this. This isn't going to be catered for every family. It's going to be somebody that's more in the higher income status. I'm not talking about millionaires, but somebody that makes, 150,000 plus in household income, maybe 100,000 in household income. People that can comfortably put money towards our Roth IRA, comfortably have the right type of life insurance, and still have money to do other things like prepaid legal, college savings. So this isn't for, somebody that says, hey, I can only do about $30 a month for life insurance and I can't do no savings right now. You're not doing this. You're doing the mobile FNA. All right. And then finally, we're going to go to the commitment and program page. All right. So then it builds up the house form. It kind of lays everything out. Life insurance, emergency savings. We didn't put anything for auto and home, but all that stuff, it all gets labeled out on here. And then it shows them shortfall, surplus. It shows them where they're short on their goals. And then you can click this. See the impact additional income could have on your financial program. You click on that. This is where the recruiting comes into play. Where we say, let me show you if we had an extra $2,000 a month coming in. Take a look at this. If we include it in debt stacking, it'll get you out of debt 9 years, 3 months sooner. If we had it going towards retirement, that'll be an extra 2.9, really $3 million for retirement. If we had it going towards other goals and dreams, $2,000 a month, just earning a basic, 2% rate of return in 5 years, that's $126,000. So let me ask you this, DeAndre. Would it interest you if I could show you how to make an extra $2,000 a month so that way we can start working on some of these goals a lot faster?
Sounds great.
Boom, y'all. That's it. See, I'm gonna see if I can figure out how to add this to our presentation during like Tuesday and Thursday. Even if I do a little screenshot of this, I'm gonna probably screenshot it and then add it to the presentation. So that way this will be a slide so people can see, earn more to achieve your goals and dreams. So let's say if we set an extra $1,000 a month, how would that make life look? So this is how everything turns into recruiting. See, at the end of the day, you have to understand we recruit people to their goals and dreams. We don't recruit people to Primerica. We don't recruit people to your team. Stop saying I want to recruit you to my team. You recruit people to their goals and dreams, their desires. Coach Reed always says it. We help people get what they want. If you can find out what people want, you can help them get what they desire. See, I forgot who said it best, but he says, I can help anybody get what they want. The problem is just finding people that know what they want. I forgot who it was. It was like some big time philosopher, somebody. It's the same thing in Primerica. We can help people get what they want. We just got to find people that know what they want. And then we click on opportunity, and then boom, we can play them a video. Freedom Lives Here video. You know, these are some old videos, but there's some videos to play. You know what? I want to do this. You can click get started, and it's going to take you to the IBA. So this is the financial needs analysis, y'all. Whenever you want to print it out and email it to somebody, and what I mean by print, you'll save it as a PDF and email it to a person. Don't do it until they commit to becoming a client. You'll click print, and then you'll choose all the pages that you want to include in. If you want to recruit retirement details, you could either do a basic FNA, you could do a detailed FNA, or you can customize it. You click on print preview.
Hey, Brandon, can you email me that PDF? I want to compare apples to apples.
What PDF?
Like if somebody tell you that, if they say, well, can you email me that PDF? I want to compare, you know, the life insurance, you know, stuff like that and investment.
Sure. Well, Troy, I can't email you this financial needs analysis. This is for individuals committed to becoming a client, because there's a lot of work I got to put in preparing this. And just like you don't go to work and expect to, work for free or work for no value, right? So if I'm gonna put in hard work for you, I want to make sure that I'm able to do business with you. Now, if you want to compare your life insurance, I can send you a quote so that way you can compare a quote page. But in order to get the full-blown financial needs analysis, I got to have a commitment from you and Nicole that if this makes sense for you and it brings value to you, you will become a client.
So you can like send me a snapshot of the life insurance page.
I can send you a quote page. So I'll send you, a summary of just a quote, a life insurance quote.
Okay, thanks.
Mm-hmm. All right, there we go. So this is how it looks. And you just send it over to them. Shows them what their net worth is. Shows their savings goals, everything.
So this is after you did everything and you sent it to them?
Yeah, let's say now DeAndre and Tanisha, I'm gonna continue to put together this game plan, but with everything seen, everything shown, is there any reason why you wouldn't want to implement a financial game plan and allow me to help you reach your goals and dreams a lot faster?
No.
No.
Okay, great. So we're going to start the first part of building your financial home, which is the foundation, life insurance protection. So we're going to start that process today. Okay. Now, DeAndre, I know you mentioned that you're interested in coming to get licensed. So yes. I want to get you on the team tonight too. So I'm going to have Troy, my trainee, working on your IBA as I work on your guys' life insurance. Okay.
Okay. Sounds good.
And then we're going to get back together and we're going to implement the second part, which is the debt elimination and retirement savings. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Right.
So that's how you do it, Eric. All right, y'all. So we'll just leave it up for questions now. Questions and answers.
I have a question, Brandon. On the golden dreams, I know a lot of people like to travel at a certain age, and I have a friend that want to travel, at least 3 times a year. So do we add that into the budget so we have enough for them to save up? Or we just know like actually do they want to travel and get a percentage of it?
Yeah. I mean, they should already have an idea of how much they want to how much they'll need. They should, if they planned. If not, I mean, I'm not going to go to work and look up, okay, what's the average vacation and how much they need to have. If we think about it, they want to travel, you said 3 times a year. Let's say the average vacation, a quality vacation, flight, hotel stay, food, etc. Let's say $1,500. So 3 times a year, that's an extra $4,500 a year for travel.
All right.
So that's how you include that. So that's extra $500 a month.
Okay.
Roughly. So that's how you can include that. And they may say, I want to eat it, go to nice restaurants once a week. Okay, let's say you and your wife spend maybe, let's say $200. So we'll include that. So that's the way you can kind of get an idea of adding everything up.
Okay. All right.
All right. Any other questions, y'all?
Brandon, where can we go to continue getting trained on this if we want to review it again?
I mean, the best thing, I'm gonna record it. It's a long video. So it may take a while for it to save and upload, but they may actually have it to where, let me see, they may have a video on POL of them going through it. They got so many training videos. So if I go to training and development, let me get you guys back screen shared. All right, so let's see if they got FNA on here.
The only one I've seen, Brandon, was the one that oh man, what's his name? Oh, Barnes does, but it's the mobile. I haven't seen one for the full blown.
I got you. You probably just got to play around. They may not have it. It'll be good for them to have it. I know the company really is focused on people doing the mobile one.
Yes.
For myself personally, my training was just doing my own.
And that's good.
Yeah. I don't know if they have any under the training and development, Sheila. So like DeAndre said, it'll probably be the best one will probably be doing your own. I'm seeing if they had any tutorial videos. Maybe on here somewhere. They might got a tutorial video somewhere. Under support system. I'm not sure. Let me go here. Those they got new features. I mean, they should. It will make sense for them to have it.
It had a little button up at the top.
Here it is, yeah, right here, tutorials. So if you go to tutorials, it probably takes you through it, Sheila. Let's see. Oh yeah, it's right here. So boom.
Where did you go?
Tutorials. It was at the top. See, right here. Oh, let me make sure my page is showing. Yeah. So right here at the top. You see it, Sheila?
I don't.
Do you see my screen?
I see your screen.
Sheila, the pictures may be hiding.
Yeah.
You said what?
The pictures may have been hiding that button for her.
I got you. Do you see it now, Sheila? You good now, Sheila?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Awesome. All right. So yeah, you click on that and then it takes you to this page right here. And they got all the different things. So financial position tutorial video, your everything.
Okay, great.
Debt resolution. So yeah.
Thank you.
No problem. Like I said, POL has everything. I mean, $25 a month you guys pay for to get all access to this. I mean, this is multi-million-dollar software. Honestly, if you were in business for yourself, you'll probably have to pay a couple $100 a month, if not more. I mean, Morningstar alone is like $400 a month, and we get that for free. So there's a lot of value in this POL system. Everything you need to build you a successful business in our industry. So, all right, y'all. So nobody has